That didn't sound normal.
Hello everyone, here we are. This is a 2003 Saturn Ion. I suppose most of them are probably pretty much the same for the Ion series. Now, what we're looking at here, I'm underneath the car now, and I did put it up on some stands here, jacked up the back here so I could get under the car a little bit easier. And I did not get to show you how this fell off, but I came under here and I just pushed on the, that's the resonator there, this bigger piece. I just pushed on it and then it fell off. And the other thing I'll show you, I can show you outside of the car on a new piece. All the brackets rusted off too. I think the resonator is probably still good and the pipe is still good, but I mean, what do you do? Fortunately, the catalytic converter, which is, it's way up there at the front there, sort of where it gets big there, that's the converter there, and then but you can't see there's also a flexible pipe that goes to the manifold. All that stuff looks good, so that's something to check if you're having an issue. But it looks like mine just the bolts on there. I'll try to get this out so we can take a better look. All the bolts just rusted off and the brackets are gone, so I suppose you could probably try to get new bolts and just put new bolts on there and make yourself some new brackets, but I don't know. What I'm going to do is try to angle this out, and you really, if you have any chance of getting this out, you'd probably have to jack up the back of the car. I'll explain why in a second. Alright, hang on. So step one, I'm going to try to get this pipe out from under here. Again, I'm going to have to slide it up and around the axle, pull it out the back, I believe. So jack up the back, that's how you get some clearance to get this pipe out, if it comes out. Okay everyone, update. I've been trying to get this the back of the car here. Here's the muffler. You know, I've been trying to get this out. Possibly if you had someone to help you, you might be able to maneuver this whole thing out in one piece, but I'm not having any luck. So if you recall, I told you, now this system has never been apart. So this is welded, this pipe is welded into the muffler, but I want to reuse the muffler because the muffler still looks okay. But so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to cut this off, and I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off right here. I'm going to leave myself probably at least like 2-3 inches. I have a coupler, I'll show you how that would work. And so I'll cut this off and then the whole thing will just, I'll be able to pull that out. Yeah, I want to get it out in one piece, but not going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to go, you know, you're going to have to use like a hacksaw to cut this, or a sawzall will work with a metal blade. I'll try my sawzall, and because it'll just be faster. I don't even know where my hacksaw is, and you know, go from there. A few of the parts we need. This is what I'm going to use to connect the exhaust, or the, I should say, the muffler back up to the pipe. So I have to cut that off. I'll show you just in a second. And probably going to need a couple of clamps to attach this so it stays on to the muffler side and the pipe side at the back. And these clamps are, now if no one's changed your exhaust, if it's original, these are 1 3/4 clamps, and this is a 1 3/4 inch inside diameter, so this fits on the outside of the pipes basically. That's the right size. And you're gonna have to, I'll get the part numbers for you too for this one. This is the gasket that goes from the resonator up at the front, near the front of the car, to attach it to basically where, you know, near the exhaust manifold and where the catalytic converter is. And you can get bolts, I think you can order them, but I couldn't find any, so I just had some laying around. Just, you know, get the right size that fits through there. You'll be good to go. Whatever bolts will work. If you have stainless steel ones, be better, but whatever. Okay, let's go over here. So here is the new one and the old one. So that washer I showed you, or that gasket, that's going to go here. As you can see, it has the mounting brackets on there. These ones are gone, they fell off. On the old one, you'll notice it has some heat shielding on here, but not going to worry about that too much. I'll check it and see if there's any heat up there when I get it going. And here's near the tailpipe. Again, the bracket is on here. This one fell off. And that adapter that I had, that's going to slide onto here. It'll go on the outside, and then the other end onto there, so we can fit the muffler back into place. Put those clamps on, and as I said, my muffler is still good. I didn't want to replace it because up here in Canada, they want $200 for this muffler, and it's fine. The bracket is a little bit corroded here, but it's still in place. So I just have to pop this off, and I'll be able to, I don't even have to put this on. I just have to fit this back into the bracket that hangs down from the car. So this will be all ready to go. That's pretty much all there is to it. So I'm gonna go and get underneath there, get some things lined up. Get it lined up. You don't want to bolt this on first or anything. You want to fit these the mounting brackets in first. Okay, so here we are under the car. So we have to hook the resonator up to there eventually. But first, let's deal with these brackets. So this is the bracket on the new one. These are pieces, if you can see them. These are the ones that, you know, they rusted off. So I'm going to remove those and then insert these here. I think that's going to be my first step. Well, actually that'll be my second step, but first we have to feed this through over the top of the axle at the back, and then I'll work on inserting the brackets into here. So basically I'm going to try to get this tailpipe through first. So these are probably going to be easier just to pull them out this way. Okay, so there's the one. Again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see over here. The other one out. This is what happens when you live in a cold climate and they spray salt everywhere. Alright, got that out. So, put this up into place. I sure hope you can see this. So here's the mount. Push that back. Well, actually, these slide. Gonna have to probably slide these off a bit. Put them onto here first. Oh, it's good if you have someone to help you. Okay, so there's one, and the other. Okay, so this, oh, all right. So these are basically in place. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to slide this forward towards the front of the car. You'll understand, you'll see this slide forward because I'm going to line up the flange, or the, I guess it'd be the kind of a flange. So push it forward. So all I did is I slid it forward, got it lined up on here, and so it's kind of where it's supposed to be, but we're going to come back and we'll get that, oh my goodness, the gasket, gosh, get the gasket, and then we'll get the bolts, put the bolts through and see if that goes into place. But it's looking good already. I mean, it's sort of in place. Go around here. This one I'm not, whoop. So right back there, see that thing hanging there? That's the other one, that's the other bracket that's rusted off. Okay, so this is the other one. Actually, I was able to get the camera in here. So let's pull this out. Let's pull this right off. And I'm gonna slide this out. Everything's so rusty. Okay, here's the rubber mount again. So, slide it on here and then put it back onto the mount on the vehicle. So we're good, we're pretty much good to go. Now I'm just gonna go get the muffler and see if we can make it fit in here properly. Let's go get the muffler. Okay, so the first thing, I'm gonna put the connector on here first. This is old pipe, you might need a hammer. Fortunately, this one has like a halfway marking on it, so you can only put it on so far. So that's kind of handy. Get that lined up. Okay, so that's on there good. And now, gonna tilt this up. Okay, so I think I have that in screen. Okay, so here we go. Now remember, there's a bracket back here. So, and that's on the back of the muffler. So I'm going to, well, I think I'll put that bracket on first, and then I'll slide the pipe onto there. So let's give that a try. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the bracket after. There we go. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut a bit off here because this bracket won't line up. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off. I need to cut a bit off of the pipe that I just put on because I can't get the bracket attached back here. So, let me just figure out how much I have to cut off. Probably about 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's take this. Should come off. Okay. Yeah, so basically the pipe's too long. So I'm gonna cut a bit off. Actually, probably about that much where that line is, if you can see it. I don't know if it's on there or not. So let me go do that. I'm gonna cut this off. Then we'll put this back on, and hopefully it's gonna line up on the back bracket at that point. But I cut that off. Hopefully that's gonna be good enough, and not too much. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the same thing and fit the muffler onto there now, and hopefully we can hook up that mount there. Okay, so that worked out good. Just show you here what I'm talking about. It's the mount there. So it lined up perfectly now. Muffler is pretty much in the right position. And so now we can go and I'm leaving everything loose. I'm not putting the clamps on yet. We still have to put clamps here to hold this on. And go and bolt up the front there, way up there. Put that gasket in there and get those 3 bolts put in. Then we're almost done. Okay, so now we're going to connect this together. I hope you can see this. Here's the gasket. Basically in place. That down. Okay, the bolts are basically in. Let's go put some washers on here. Washers are on. Let's get the nut started. Yeah, it's important to put the gasket in there, otherwise you'll have a leak. It won't be fun. Okay, so everything's really going together well. We finished up in the front area. All the mountings are on. One thing you want to be sure of, now I haven't put the brackets on the muffler yet, but make sure, if you see the tailpipe here, it should be level. It has if it's original, it should be level with the ground. We're gonna put the clamps on here. But these are the clamps. And, I mean, it's fitting up there really nice. So let's get these on. So we're really on the home stretch. You're gonna need a deep socket for these. Usually these clamps, or the nuts on them, are 9/16. Need a deep socket though, I'll show you in a second here. But let's get them lined up, ready to go. Okay, and the reason you need a deep socket is because when you screw these on, you know, the threads are going to come out quite a ways, so there you go. And I guess, yeah, this is a 9/16. And I believe that's pretty standard for muffler clamps. If things are in the way, you might need an extension. I'll put an extension on here. And when you're tightening these, do them evenly. Do one side, Little snugging. Other side, snug it up. So there you go. Everything's lining up underneath the car. Nothing's sticking out. So I'm gonna fire this thing up. Let's see if it has improved. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, come back for more. And yeah, I'll keep rocking and rolling. Hope your job goes as well as mine did. Thank you.